Hello, friends. Welcome back to our channel. And in today's session, we are going to discuss about what's in the talk these days about AI and how SAP will be impacted with AI and what has SAP done to enhance the AI capabilities into their program. Okay, so you might have heard about SAP Joule. Joule is something which is inbuilt within SAP in the SAP using the SAP BTP platform and SAP Joule Studio, which we will show in the diagram later on in the slides. And what are the impacts of bringing AI into SAP on the functional consultants? Whether there were some people who within our training program were asking whether AI can do all the configuration as well, or can it do all the customization as well? So in this video, I'll try to clarify certain questions on that and myths. So let us quickly understand what exactly SAP Joule is. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. So it is as you can see, AI-powered business assistant embedded across SAP Cloud. Okay, so what do we mean by AI-powered and how are we going to use it? So you might have heard about the term RAG. Okay, so RAG is an example of ChatGPT is an example of RAG, which is retrieval plus generation. Okay, so most of the people who are watching this video, they must be using ChatGPT already. Okay, ChatGPT is an example of RAG, and during its creation, the AI, which is, for example, GPT-5, was shown huge amounts of text from books, websites, articles, codes, etc. And it has learned patterns in language, grammar, facts, reasoning steps. Okay. But it does not keep or access the data directly. So for that, you have to build enterprise-based rack systems that can focus specifically to the enterprise data that you want to provide that access to. Like, for example, SAP Joule. SAP Joule is built using the capabilities of RAG, but accessible to the data within the SAP system. Okay, so if you're implementing SAP in an organization, that organization uses certain particular sets of data, master data, records, sales order, billing, and all that. That information is being fetched into the system, and then you can make use of that data for mostly the end users who should have the same user experience as they're using ChatGPT. So they will type, show me the list of sales orders that were created last month, and uh, Joule will go and check the system and produce a list. Those lists and records should pre-exist in the system for SAP Joule to provide the information to you. Okay, I hope it made sense. Okay, so in in SAP Joule, you like in any other RAG, you have a retrieval phase where the system searches the database, knowledge base. So the database and the knowledge base will be SAP data, where you will build the SAP Joule using SAP Joule Studio. And then there is a generation phase. The generation phase uses the retrieved information and it presents in its own language to you. Okay, so that is SAP AI. So, in summary, okay, so it is not doing any customization and configuration for you. It is retrieving the information which is there in the system. Okay, you can train the SAP Joule to retrieve information for mainly end users. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, so as I said, it is business focused AI for enterprise environments. Okay, like I was telling you, it, you must have seen ChatGPT. Joule is just a enterprise version of our RAG systems. Okay, timelines, it depends from project to project. I mean, I was mainly talking about the timelines of implementation when you are implementing Joule customized to that specific project. But SAP has released SAP Joule in 2023, and it has companies have started to use through 2024, and then people are seeing the benefits. Most of the benefits are enhanced user experience, where people don't have to search through transactions. They will be provided with a chatbot, and they can type so that the retrieval information gets into their screens. Okay. Yeah, so let's go on to the diagram. I can just quickly explain the yes, this architecture is diagram is taken from the SAP, one of the SAP community platforms, or SAP directly. And then if you can expand this a little bit, so I can audience can see. Yeah, here you see this left hand side is the application client, where user will log in to the SAP system. Okay. So this could be your SAP S4 HANA system, or SAP S4 Cloud System, SuccessFactor, whatever. So these on the left, just on the side, you see SAP systems, where you will see all the applications that you log in. So this is for the end user. Now, if you see the dot goes connects to the SAP BTP. Okay. So BTP, most people are aware of what BTP is, and I'll just quickly explain. Everything is built in the BTP platform. So business technology platform establishes the foundation for implementing and extending Joule capabilities, which is this AI capabilities. It has built a platform where you can implement your own RAG system, which is for Joule. And SAP build work zone entitlements. Okay. So system landscape in SAP BTP are properly set up and configured. If the systems are under the same customer contract, this should be auto discovered in the system landscape. Okay, so that is BTP. So if you see in BTP, you have SAP Build, SAP Joule, and then SAP AI and Core, etc. And then below, so these it's more for technical people. So for functional consultants, you just have to understand the overview of the architecture where it is built, and then you have the SAP Cloud Identity Services, which is nothing but it manages the user authentication and authorization for secure access to your SAP application. Okay. Because not anybody can start using and accessing company's data. You have to go through the cloud identity services features. Okay. And then all this is built, and then the flow goes back to the SAP S4 HANA system, where you can actually access the screen. Okay, SAP Enterprise Systems, it connects Joule with your cloud system, such as SAP S4 HANA Cloud, if you're logging in with SAP SuccessFactors or Ariba or Concur, whatever. And also, it has the capability to support integration with external identity providers. If you want to improve your security management, then you can also do that. Okay. So Joule analyzes the user prompt. So, like in ChatGPT, you have a window where you enter the information that you want to see. Similarly, Joule analyzes if the user prompt is relevant for Joule scenario catalog. This catalog contains metadata of all available scenarios functions. For example, if you want to see the list of all purchase orders that are overdue, then that will be part of an overall scenario. Okay. It conducts an informational filtering based on the knowledge catalog. So knowledge catalog and everything will be fed into and built into the Joule Studio, and then you can use it. As I mentioned earlier, this process is based on RAG, retrieval augmented generation, and it lets the LLM generate. LLM is the large language model which gets trained itself, generate an answer based on grounded on dedicated text that was previously retrieved. Okay. So and it is also smart enough to be aware of the user context and history, what it has searched before, and what are the things that it will be needing to improve the search criteria. Okay. Also to note that SAP application has licensed and activated with Joule. Okay, so Joule is aware of user's role. So in SAP, you might know what is the user role, what kind of access it can provide. So it cannot just give anybody all the information. It means the user cannot access information or adjust business process they couldn't directly do in SAP Cloud. So if you are restricted with access of VS02, you can't ask Joule to show me the changes in the sales order. Okay, so it is all connected. It takes all the contextual information and provides a much richer query to the LLM, which is responsible for your dialogue management. Okay, there are bits here which are very technical, but for functional consultant, you don't have to worry about SAP Joule being able to do the configuration for you. Okay, so that is a high level explanation of what Joule can do. Now, I will also try and explain a little bit about what are the limitations that SAP Joule has in terms of implementing and or doing the configuration. Okay, so let me just um, 1 second, just give me 1 second, Sharik, and I will just explain some of the limitations. Is there, if you do you want to show the next slide where we can actually show how the SAP Joule screen looks like? Yeah, so this screen that you see here, you see the chat window. I don't know if you're able to zoom in a bit. You see, we are asking, can you please show the existing warehouse
Okay.
management layout, for example?
Yeah,
So
this
here you
is
can see, can you please show me the existing warehouse layouts? Yeah, this is built on ChatGPT. Not ChatGPT. This is built on SAP Joule. Okay, similar fashion, and then you can see. So it is restricted to the data that is in the SAP system, provided with the right user authentication to the person who's doing this query. Okay. Now, it can't do the functional configuration yet? Because it has a governed system access. So Joule operates within a secure conversational layer on top of SAP Cloud application. It doesn't have the same deep level access to IMG, which is your SPRO, and configuration tables that functional consultants use. Any changes in configuration must still go through SAP's controlled transport and authorization layer. So system will not expose everything to I because there's a lot of data security and breach that can happen when you're doing it. And one thing, if you mess up in a configuration, you'll have to undo a lot of other things. So it's very controlled. And there's a lack of granular, second point is granular context for custom landscapes. Every organization SAP landscape is different, full of custom Z tables, user exit bodies. So it's very difficult for Joule to get into that unique workflows. And current AI models don't yet have the granular awareness. Okay. Maybe in 5, 10 years, they will start doing some bits of configuration. But because of the governed and secured nature of SAP implementation projects and data, it is very risky for letting AI to do all the configuration. Risk and governance control. SAP systems are very mission critical. Allowing an AI to reconfigure everything, it will like pricing condition, posting keys, and everything. It has strict governance, so you can't just go and ask them to do it to prevent such security errors or configuration errors to happen. It may end up doing much more work later on. Okay. And then there are many other reasons why it can't. So you don't have to worry about as a functional consultant that AI will be doing it. But what you need to do is enhance the power of Joule because in your design workshops and stuffs, you may have to include the Joule component into the discussion as to what the user can expect and query or prompt for the report to happen. So those kind of discussions can happen, and the technical people, the people who are coming from a BAP background, B2P, CPI, they will be working with you to build those kind of AI prompts through Joule to provide it in the SAP screen. So SAP Joule chatbot is a part of the same Fiori screen. So you have a Fiori URL. There only you can put the chatbot. We're using that architecture version and do it. So there's a lot more to talk about AI and Joule, but I think this video was just to help you understand what overview SAP Joule is bringing into and how it will impact or not impact your work. Hope this video made some sense. Please do comment, like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to make much more awareness of what's happening with SAP and such interesting videos.